crossed my mind. And I said that I wish somebody would just drive me home, because I was feeling a certain way. So I said, I wish somebody just drives me home, because I don't even feel like boarding a taxi. I don't feel like going on a border. So anyway, I just sat there and sat there for a short while alone. Then when I finished having my coffee and I stood up to now walk to the taxi stage. And as soon as I stood up from my chair, he's right there next to me, and he has a car, and he's driving a Harrier, and he's right there next to me, and tells me, "Hey, come later, what's up? Where are you going?" I said, "Man, I'm going home." He says, "Come and I give you a lift." So he gave me a lift, and I went home, and he took me up to home. Now, that's, to some people, that would be a small thing. That's just a lift. You would have gotten home anyway. You had money for a border. No, it wasn't just that. I made a wish in my heart. I did not even say it, and the Lord honored it. Because there is no way that guy could. It's almost as if he was waiting for me. It's almost as if he was my driver waiting for me to stand up. As soon as I stood up, he showed up there. And now I can say, coincidence. No, it wasn't coincidence. It was the Lord who did that for me. Now, when I reached home, I said, God, you really care about me so much. I even said, I want somebody to drive me, and you actually presented that person. And I praised God. I can tell you this, that in a short time, I had my own car. And anyway, I don't know how I can impress this on you, that never waste any minute grumbling. Grumbling is what caused the children of Israel not to go into the promised land. They made golden calves, but they continued moving in the direction of the promised land. But when they grumbled, then God says, they have rejected me. So now you can actually choose to align your thinking to the scripture. Okay? Do not believe the lies of that aligning your thinking to the universe. That's the devil. You can align your thinking to the scripture, like I do all the time. I told you, when I'm praying, I am either praying in tongues. So somebody told me that, you mean you actually never ask God for anything material, like I want money, I want, another car, I want a house? I said, I don't remember ever doing that in like 5 years. I have not. So then she asked me, so when you're praying, what do you pray? I say, I pray to get direction. Actually, for the most part, it's either praising God or just loving God, intimacy, prayer of intimacy, or just praying to get direction and saying, God, should I do this? What would you want me to do? How do you want me to go about this? And so on. And that time, sometimes I usually go away even and take some time, 2-3 days just praying. And then when I finish praying, I come back and get direction. And I have direction even on how to proceed with my ministry, what to do, and everything I'm supposed to do, and so on and so forth. Who came and told me he's having problems because I told him that he's in a week, almost all the time. So when do you get feeding other people what to be talking about? So I told him, just go and spend everything you have. He took my advice, a message. No, read the Bible to learn. One ends people from one shore to the other, but it is always in water. It cannot get off the water. So you will stay in water, yet you're taking people from one dry land to the next. But for you, you're permanently in water because you're not feeding yourself. Now, for the most part, all my prayer is about feeding myself. I pray, and for the most part, when I finish, the Lord has implanted a scripture in me about something He wants to say. And He would even tell me a certain line of words, which I don't even know where they are in the scripture. But I know mostly, for the most part, everything He says is in